Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. This is our first class of our course called Computer Networks. In this class, we'll try to have an introduction of computer networks, introduction to computer networks. So in this class, we'll try to understand what is meant by a computer network and the terminology, basic terminology about that is used in this course. So before understanding, we'll try to understand the concept of computer networks by using a real world example. So the real world example is, for example, if you have a computer and which is connected to the internet and you have a Facebook account, and in that Facebook account, if you want to upload a photo, so whenever we want to upload a photo in Facebook, what happens is that photo, the photo that is there, that is stored on the hard disk, will be transferred to the Facebook server, which is located somewhere in the United States. For example, in India, with my Facebook account, I want to upload a photo. So in that process, on my desktop hard disk, some photo is there, and I want to upload that photo onto the Facebook into my Facebook account. So what happens is this photo will get transferred to the Facebook server, which is located somewhere in United States, and we have uploaded it in India. So from India, this photo is getting transferred on to United States. So how the transfer is happening? So not only this concept, so whenever we want to do a Google search, whenever we want to explore something on the internet, the transfer of data happens between the computers. For example, if you take this computer, this computer is different from this computer. This is also a machine, but it is of big size, and this is our desktop, which is very small in size. So even though they are heterogeneous systems, they are different in their way in which they work. The communication between these two systems is happening. So how that communication is happening? What is there between these two systems that we need to understand? So between these two systems, there is something which we need to understand. So in this entire course, we will try to understand how two different systems are getting communicated. So in this entire world, so different systems are communicating to each other. If you take this concept, this is where here this computer is communicating with this computer. In response, this computer is sending a response to this computer. So these two systems are communicating. So how this communication is being made? In this entire course, we will try to understand those concepts. Okay. So what's happening in between? So what are the complexities that we have, and what are the functions that needs to be done? So this is the area where some functionality is being done, right? So based upon that functionality, we were able to communicate with other systems. So what kind of functionalities are there, and what kind of rules that needs to be followed, and what kind of protocols that needs to be followed. So those concepts we will try to understand in this course. So for that to happen, we have reference models, two different reference models that are available. Those two reference models are, one is OSI model, ISO OSI model. There are two reference models that are available, OSI model and TCP IP protocol suite. So what is meant by a reference model? Reference model means reference models gives a conceptual framework that standardizes communication between heterogeneous networks. So what are these reference models are? These are the models which standardize the conceptual framework. Conceptual models give a conceptual framework that standardizes communication between heterogeneous networks. In order to communicate between heterogeneous networks which are not same, the networks which are not same, even though they are not same and they are connected, we were able to transfer the data, we were able to communicate to the other system which is located on the other end of this world. So for that to happen, reference models give the conceptual frameworks. They are going to give the conceptual frameworks, that standardizes the communication. So based upon those conceptual standardizations that are provided, the programming for the computer network, for the communication has to be done. So what we have said, in between the systems there is some functionality needs to be done. So all those functionalities are grouped and they are divided in such a way so that the transfer can happen efficiently. For example, if you consider this diagram, so this is what we have said, that in between these two systems there are some functionalities that needs to be done. So what kind of functionalities that needs to be done? For example, if you try to transfer a photo to the FB server, there is a possibility to occur some errors due to the atmospheric problems. For example, if there is a thunderstorm, if the data is being transferred in the wire, so due to that storm, we may get the data that is being transferred will get corrupted. So for that problems that are being faced in the communication, this network has to do the functionality called error detection and error correction. Isn't it or not? Error correction has to be done and error detection has to be done. Error detection has to be done and the data has to be transferred very fast. For that to happen, we have to take the shortest distance. So between these two systems, there are different paths that are available. Among those different paths, we have to choose the shortest one. So shortest route, this is also one of the functionality that needs to be done by this network. So all these functionalities are grouped and all those functionalities are grouped and they are standardized. So that standardization is provided in two different models, reference models. Those two models are, one is OSI and the other one is OSI means Open Standard Interconnect, Open Standards Interconnect. So OSI, and the other one is TCP/IP. TCP/IP protocol suite. So these are the reference models where all the functionalities are grouped and they are layered in such a way so that the communication will happen efficiently. So let's try to understand each and every model in a detailed way by using this diagram. So here, these are the layers that are available in the OSI model and these are the layers that are available in the TCP/IP model. Both are very much similar, but the difference is some of the layers in the OSI are grouped and formed into one layer in the TCP/IP model. So what's happening is these two layers, the layers in the OSI model are grouped. These two layers are grouped into one layer in the TCP/IP model. Similarly, these three layers are grouped and it is named as application layer in the TCP/IP. And these are same. Transport layer in OSI and transport layer, network layer in OSI, both are same in the TCP/IP and the OSI model also. So both are very much similar. So in this entire course we are going to understand about these reference models. So we are going to understand about these reference models and we are going to understand each and every layer of the OSI in detail in our later coming classes. So this entire course we are going to understand each and every layer in detailed. So the first layer is physical layer, second layer is data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and the last layer is application layer. So the functionalities which are related to, so all the objectives, all the challenges and all the functions and all the protocols are grouped are made into one single group, and those functionalities and protocols are divided into 7 groups, and the first group is physical layer, and the functionalities related to the physical layer we are going to understand in our later coming classes. Similarly, data link layer, similarly network layer. So in this entire course we are going to deal with all these 7 layers. So as of now in this class, just try to remember the names of these layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session, presentation and application layer. In our later coming classes, anyway, we are going to understand in detail about each and every layer. You will get used to this terminology. Just try to understand what is meant by a reference model and what are the different types of reference models that are available. The standard models that are available, based upon which the programming for the computers, the computer network to happen can be written. Okay, so this is an introduction to computer networks. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubts in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol, and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.